First of all, that's one amazing question because that question relates pretty hard to me.
Some guests are serious, some are really funny. What are you waiting for? Come and get this honey. It's absolute bedlam, absolute bedlam, absolute bedlam. Join the hype, like and subscribe.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Absolute Bedlam Podcast. We're on season 16 at this point, and I don't show any signs of stopping at this point. So I've got Mike from Mike Does Food
Hello.
Reviews. Hello. So you're probably
Hello,
the
mate.
second or third person that I've had on that does food reviews. One
Yeah.
of them is Blue Van Man. And the other one is Mr. Ben Bolks,
Yes.
who occasionally does some editing for me on the side when he's got time.
Fantastic.
And, welcome to the show. I know obviously we've been speaking quite a lot behind the scenes,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I just want to quickly give you a shout out and an acknowledgement that you recently donated some cash, and
No
that
worries, man.
gave me a
Yeah.
bit of a boost. Because sometimes when you're just going through the motions and you're just like, what is this all about? Like, why do I dedicate
Yeah, absolutely.
more hours than actual
Yeah.
job?
100%. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so yeah,
No worries,
all
man.
good. So, first question I asked most of my guests:
Yep.
How did you find school life in the UK?
Yeah. I was dreading this question just because I absolutely hated school, believe it or not. It was just something I never really enjoyed. Just the whole academic, being in a classroom. I think to be honest, when I got to college, it was a little bit more. I picked what I wanted to do, so fair enough, that's great. But literally, the second I finished college, it was just like go, go, go. Freedom
Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it was just nice to finish it. It was a big weight off my shoulders, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know roughly what you wanted to do when you left school? Did you have an idea or a direction?
No, not really.
Yeah.
It was about me sort of just going with the flow of sense. If I had a passion for something, I would do it. Looking back, obviously doing school and whatnot, it hasn't really. It's just like, yeah, I've got a job now, and that's great for money. I'm not overly passionate about it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a crazy one because YouTube is the passion, as it
Yeah.
were. And back
Yeah.
then, I didn't really see that coming, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean. Yeah, YouTube was probably a fairly new thing at that point that you could actually post videos on the
Oh,
internet
yeah.
and actually get something out of it, even just
Yeah. I mean,
a
you're
bit.
talking, I think I
Yeah.
left school 2010. So we're
Mm.
talking 15 years ago. Crazy to say it.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
But yeah, time flies.
Time flies, absolutely. Yeah. School, in terms of, can you remember the naughtiest thing that you or someone else in your class did?
Wow. Well, I can answer both of those. I can say
Yeah.
naughtiest thing I did was I probably ended up on report. I mean, it's not report is like, when they monitor your behavior, each sort of lesson is really nothing. And I had one after school in the whole of school. I was
Yeah.
there just to get by. I'm not there to cause trouble. A little bit like me now in life now. I just easy going, happy as Larry, and just, I'm not here to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
probably like the craziest thing I saw with my own eyes in school was actually another kid grabbed another kid's head and put it through a window.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, that's my response at the time. Actually, I was like, okay, just as you do. So
bro's out here shooting a zombie film. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I think he was angry. It was one of those just crazy things.
Anger kills.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. There we go. There's a poster in there somewhere. Awesome. So the reason we got in touch in the first place was through YouTube.
Yeah.
There seemed to have been this big sort of wave in food reviews and
Yeah.
almost like the simplicity and purity of it because it's quite an organic
Yeah,
thing. You know,
for
obviously
sure.
we all eat 3 or 4 times a day. We can
Yeah,
drive, we can go to a supermarket, and we can sort of say if something's good or not.
yeah,
In terms of content, when you were sort of regularly pumping stuff out, how time sensitive did you find some of the videos that you were doing where Aldi or Morrison's or out,
yeah,
insert supermarket here, Asda, were releasing like a quirky product and you
yeah,
wanted to go out and get that product? How
yeah,
quickly were you able to turn around those videos because you wanted to be the first person to like review the
yeah.
steak and kidney pie with confetti in it, or I don't know.
I,
You
I
know what I
know.
mean?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, that's one amazing question because that question relates pretty hard to me
Mm.
because I'm situated in Cornwall. As you can imagine, it's the southwest.
Yeah.
It's very low down, and access to things are very, very hard. I'd like to say, for example,
Mm.
when you might see something on Facebook come out, I'm going to get it a week later. I found that awfully challenging, but I had that pretty much throughout my whole YouTube journey, and it was about adapting. It was about what could I do that somebody else couldn't do. And how could I put a spin on a video that somebody else couldn't? How could I make it more interesting? Um, so that's probably one of the biggest challenges I had. So like answer that question, we turnaround. It was difficult, it was challenging, but it was something I always knew I had.
Mm.
I think I remember watching Ben Bolk's video, and he was just saying how like basically he doesn't really need to drive anywhere. He could literally walk down the street and like he could
Mm.
access Greg's and these
Mm.
sort of places. And I'd be like, wow, geez, I've got to literally hop in my car, have a 10-mile drive. I'm at Greg's now. Have they got it? Not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's a massive, massive battle. So I sort of, yeah, it was a challenge, but it's one of those which I took in my stride. I think, or I still sort of do. You
yeah,
have to adapt and try and be a little bit different than everybody else.
yeah, completely. Yeah, I think doing some food reviews myself, it's usually me and my son. But
Yeah,
there's been a couple of times where we're like, right, we reckon this product's in Lidl, and in Weymouth we've got 2 Lidls, and there's actually
yeah,
one further afield in Dorchester. But there's been times in the past where I'm like, oh my God, it's not in the second Lidl. Like, do we just give
yeah.
up, or do we
No, right.
sort of
Go to the
spend a
next
bit
one.
more fuel and hope that it's in the third one? And you do get this sense of like, oh my God, like I'm really trying to do something here. And me and Casper, we try and
Yeah,
review like a whole thing, like a whole series of
yeah,
food rather than just like Cornish pasty.
yeah,
Because it's
yeah. Right.
like as soon as you've pressed record, the video is pretty much over. Because, when you want to review like an energy drink, you both want to have the energy drink. You don't just want to share one can. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually asked this to Ben privately, Ben Boggs, and I
Yeah,
don't necessarily expect like a full number, and I also don't expect you to just have the number to hand. But as a food reviewer, do you find that you
yeah.
spend quite a lot of money sort of keeping your channel afloat, even though it's little and often, and you're spending like £3.60 rather than £700 on a camera or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, and no. I think looking back when I did it very regularly, uh, it was, I don't know, I'd say a lot of my stuff was sort of like shop bought Iceland stuff, maybe
Mm.
supermarket. I mean, rarely I go to Marks and Spencer's maybe and buy
Yeah,
something which would be ridiculous, but
yeah, yeah.
that sort of intertwined with how many times am I shooting my videos? Because obviously, if
Mm.
you're going to do it 6 times a week, it can get a little bit pricey. But I had it's almost like this adrenaline rush, of
Mm.
this whole YouTube bonanza, and when I was doing it like crazy amount of times a week, it was honestly like it doesn't matter. I've
Mm.
got to get this, especially when you're sort of like chasing, a product that's trending at some sort of novelty. It was almost like a thrill and a rush. Like you're going through the store, you're going to see it, grab it, and
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? Well, like I just mentioned, that it was sort of pretty rare that it was there on time for me. So it was like I've got to get it, and I've got to get it now before everybody else, in a sense. So
absolutely.
there was
Yeah.
sometimes I think there was I think there was a time where I thought I'd just give. I think it was, what was it, like everyday value meals ago.
Mm.
I think it was like when the yellow packaging come into play, and it was fascinating just seeing like how much money you actually can save in
Yeah,
a life to life basis, but generally with the content as well. Because I'd be like, oh Jesus, I just spent like £1.99. There's a
yeah,
video there, fantastic.
yeah, yeah,
A, I've got it cheap, and B, it's something that's quite relevant to right now. So
yeah.
yeah, I yeah, it's a really good question. Um,
Thank you. Um,
Sometimes you just don't care about the price.
there's a guy I watch quite a lot called Bold Foodie Guy. I can't actually remember his real name, but he seems to just
Yeah,
he like decimates. Like his views are crazy, and he's
yeah,
like
uh,
comparison of like Wagyu steak versus Aldi Wagyu steak. I think that's a good idea, but he almost does sort of quality over quantity, where he doesn't
mm,
record unless he's doing it for a specific reason. Whereas the
mm,
flip side of that is you get people, and I do speak to him quite a lot, so I do mention him quite a lot, and I'm not knocking him at all. But Dave Blue Van Man, sometimes he uploads like 4 times a day, and they're not necessarily like food reviews, not every single one of them. But I'm like, fucking hell,
mm,
like you're not even giving people a chance to watch your videos because you're kind of just scattergunning and you're kind of just
mm.
sort of shotgunning rather than using a sniper rifle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember Bold Foodie Guy quite distinctively because
Yeah.
as I was starting to churn out my videos, he was doing exactly the same right at the start. And I remember us sort of floating comments on each other's videos
Yeah.
when I first started, and I was sort of like because obviously everything's trending and you're sort of all doing the same sort of thing. I'm sort of like, there's another guy on YouTube and he's copying me and
Yeah.
he's gonna be saying the same thing to me. I'd be like, he's
Yeah.
copying me. But like I was sort of like I was just monitoring, just seeing what sort of things he was doing. And like his channel just went through the roof.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's impressive. But
Mm.
um it's sort of a bit of motivation as well, because I like how you said about the steak videos, had the comparison ones.
Yeah.
That was sort of when I thought, you know what, why am I not doing that as well? It was a fantastic idea. And I don't think a lot of food reviewers at the time actually thought of that. And that,
Yeah.
probably, set him out from the rest, even though he was skyrocketing in the first place.
Mm. I think YouTube in the last couple of years has turned into this big comparison website, really, where like you've got Mr. Beast doing $1 steak versus $1 million steak.
Mm,
And you've got people like Ryan Trahan who do 1-star hotel versus 5-star hotel. And the level of these channels, like the amount of subscribers and viewership they have, is no joke.
yeah.
And I think when
Oh, no.
they at the top, when they do things like Sidemen, for example, it creates this huge ripple effect on every single channel on YouTube. And
Mm.
sometimes, like, you see people's thumbnails. There's a guy that I watch, like, I kind of cringe watch him with Casper, my son, called FaZe Rug.
All right.
And some of his thumbnails, dude, are so bad. Like they're so
Really?
AI driven and like cartoony
Yeah.
because it's like I tried McDonald's in every state or something, and it's like a
Yeah. No.
Big Mac that's got like mold on the box.
Yeah.
It's like this can't be real. And I actually played with AI the other day, on one of my videos, which was I'm gonna stop drinking energy drinks.
You know what? I was just gonna, sorry to butt
Yeah,
in, but I was just gonna say one of your thumbnails caught my
yeah,
eye the other day, and that was that exact one.
yeah.
And I
Because
said,
it's
you know
usually
what?
just
That thumbnail looks insane. I was like, that's a really nice thumbnail. I like that.
that's all it takes, though, isn't
But
it?
there we are. I
It
know.
got
Yeah.
it got some views off of that as well, I think, just through click-through rate. Because my subsequent energy drink reduction videos haven't done as well as there's something
Yeah.
about part one on YouTube. Everyone
Really.
watches part one. If there's like a 10-part season of
Yeah.
something, I don't know what it is. Like my first podcast on YouTube, they've done so well compared to like the next eight because
Wow.
people almost like flock to your channel and they're like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
like how's he like done this thing?" And then
You
you
should
do
just
like
name
part
every video
two.
part one.
Yeah, yeah, the first video I've ever done. Um,
Yeah.
so speaking of thumbnails, quickly, how do
Yeah.
you come up with a thumbnail? Because I really like some of your thumbnails. Like there's some that I'll send you a link to in a bit, specifically what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. But it felt
sure.
like on the start of your channel journey, a lot of it was you holding up the product. And then you
Yeah,
started like doing the product, and then there's like a picture of your head in like the corner of the video.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool to see like the evolution of your thumbnails. I assume that you
Yeah.
do them yourself and you don't have a guy or a girl that
No,
does
no, no, I
for
don't
you.
have it. Yeah,
But
everything's all
yeah,
myself. Where do I start with the bum now? So, basically, I don't know about you personally, but I found the thumbnails the one of the most exciting, creative, um, best parts of it, and I knew it was like quite a fundamental part of the
yeah,
videos in the first place. I knew there was a lot of banking on it. Sometimes I would spend a little extra time on the thumbnail than even I would do on the video. The videos, because I just started editing from scratch, sort of came second nature after a while, and I could get a video done maybe in like 10, 15 minutes all edited.
mhm,
And then the thumbnails I'd take, maybe a couple of days, a couple of nights, a little bit of extra care. Um, and then yeah, I just really enjoyed it. But I started like a pattern. You'll see, like you said, the head in the corner. Then it's like a red background.
mm,
I think red. I think I heard on some sort of
mhm.
clip that red attracts viewers, so I was all over that. And then yeah, I just it's really weird. I just started doing it how I just wanted to do it, but I just went straight on Canva. You must have heard of Canva,
Oh yeah, I
probably
use it a
use
lot.
it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I just use Canva. Just get rid of the background, so I'm in there, and I just add my own sort of bits and bobs to it. Really,
yeah.
it's I love thumbnails. I don't know why, but if one catches my eye, I'm like, you know what, that's nice.
Do you
So
use
like my price colors.
do you use OBS at all?
No, no,
So
I've heard of it.
I found out this morning that Canva can also do screen recording, which is the main reason people download OBS, is because
Oh wow,
it's like say someone watches this and then they open
yeah.
OBS, they can like clip bits out of it. And
Oh,
a
that's
lot of
clever.
people use it for like Twitch streaming and stuff and StreamYard.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that Canva, like, I don't know where it came from, but it's kind of like Zoom, it just exploded. And now,
Oh yeah.
like, every single marketing job description I've ever seen has Canva as one of the like requirements. And I think it's just the
Wow.
price of Photoshop just got so crazy.
Yeah, me personally, I've never used any of that. I was just trying to navigate
Yeah,
to learn how to do it
yeah.
um, the cheapest way possible.
Mm.
I tried Canva. I think Canva was free at one point. I don't know whether it is now,
It still is.
but
It's quite
it
good,
is.
to
Yeah,
be fair. You can get the pro
yeah,
version, but it doesn't seem to sort of add more to the
not much
experience.
more.
Yeah,
No, I mean, I started off using it for free. I only really used it for the when you can like take the background out, and
yeah,
I don't think you can do that on the free one. I'm not sure,
okay,
but yeah,
yeah,
it was just experimenting. It was one big experiment, to be
yeah.
honest. I loved it though. I love that sort of stuff.
You like the discovery rather than sort of
Yeah,
cookie cutter
it
and
was
like getting a template every single time and slightly tweaking the videos.
yeah,
You like to actually immerse yourself in it, sort of thing.
yeah, and I'm sure you could relate, but you're always learning, aren't you?
Yeah.
In these sort of when you're in the YouTube environment, whether
Mm.
that's from thumbnails to how you shoot your videos. But I just love the journey of trying to figure out what does this button do? What happens if I do this? And just
Yeah.
you sort of have an open canvas, don't you? And you can really just take it to town.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got an editor now who works part-time for me, but
Wow,
I've got a Zoom call with him on Thursday and I want to know how he did the last couple of videos that are about to come up on the channel. Because me and my
nice.
son did a load of interviews at a live music festival recently,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the videos are done. He's done them because he's quicker than me. He's got more skill than me at the moment.
yeah, absolutely.
But I just want to see what that sort of editing window looks like because it's a mix of audio and video, and we're putting like different
Yeah,
thumbnails and different images in the episodes, like depending on what we're talking about in the interview. I want like a little flash to come up on the screen.
yeah.
And I just want to
No,
see
I like
how
that.
he's done that because he can work quicker, whereas I've got more of a
Mm,
sort of vision, and I seem to be able to
yeah,
explain to him quite well through WhatsApp of like what I want, and he seems to be able to translate what I want with what's actually possible.
yeah,
So it's a weird sort of journey that I'm going on, but I don't really consider myself very self-taught with quite a lot of things. I like to sort of be with someone that's slightly better than me
yeah,
and sort of sponge their knowledge and slowly
yeah.
like
No, that's great.
emerge slowly rather than like being the sort of big guy on campus and not really having a clue what I'm doing.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
like you
it's
said though, that
hmm,
the uh, the connection you have if you're going to have another person is definitely, if you've got that connection, it's make or break, isn't it? Like you said, you got
yeah,
a nice vision. Like I'm too like not I don't know if picky's the word, but because I'm self-taught, it's almost like I have that vision. I can make
yeah.
that vision happen. I'm just afraid that that person won't understand where I'm coming from. Do you
Yeah,
know what I
you've got
mean?
your own style and you don't really want too many
Mm,
cooks in the kitchen, as it were.
no,
Nice
no, that's
kitchen
right.
pun, Ben, for the food reviewer.
Yeah, right.
Would you ever consider,
Uh,
just off the back of sort of letting other people in and things, would you ever consider sort of collabing with anyone else on YouTube? And if so, who would you pick?
I think I did. I have only done collabs. I don't know. You must have seen when Ben Volks collabs with people and Blue Van Man. They
Yeah.
sort of do a collab, but they're not actually with each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're
so like
you're
Blue Van Man
reviewing a
says
product.
like I want to do
Yeah,
chocolate Big Mac. And then
yeah,
everyone goes, "What the fuck? That's mental." And then everyone sort of,
yeah,
yeah, he's got that level of like ideation, and then people seem to sort of branch off from him, and they want to
yeah.
sort of see because he does come
Copy.
up with some weird food combinations. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like a friendly competition rather than being like,
yeah.
"Oh, I can do that better than Dave." But yeah,
Definitely.
I've
Yeah,
seen it quite a lot where he'll come up with an idea. He'll like try and combine two items together. Or like, can I
yeah.
make a double cheeseburger for cheaper than I would get one from
Mm.
McDonald's, that sort of thing. Hmm.
Yeah, I think I would love to collab. I mean, I've never done it, so
Yeah.
it would be the first. But I'm a pretty open book. I don't mind these things. I always give the I'd never say I would never collab.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I think it's a great idea. I'd love to do it. It's yet to be ticked off, to be honest.
One of my goals probably next year now in 2026 is to go and visit some lighthouses. And I've noticed recently, because I've got a little bit of an autism thing where I'm obsessed with one topic and then I move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And there's about 6 or 7 lighthouses around Cornwall.
Oh wow.
And I just want to visit them. I don't even know if I want to like make content out of it because it might take me away from the sort of experience.
Yeah.
But
No, definitely.
I'm really conscious that I've only ever really been to one part of Cornwall, which is Tintagel.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've
And I
heard of it.
really want to visit Truro because it's the smallest city in the UK.
Mm.
And
Yeah. True. Is
I'm
right.
always really interested in seeing how cities and towns look now compared to when I was a kid. Because I don't
Mm.
know about you, but if you like start going to those different towns, you start noticing a trend where it's like
Yeah.
Greg's, Vape Shop, Turkish Barber,
Yeah.
CEX, McDonald's, Starbucks, Subway, and it's like every single town's got the same sort of Scooby-Doo
Oh,
repeating hallway
yeah.
thing going on. So
Yeah.
it kind of doesn't
Betfred.
even really matter where you are anymore because, you'll always have access to a charity shop and a coffee shop. But yeah, I
100%.
just want to sort of explore a bit more and get out
Yeah,
and
no.
about. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
recommend that. Truro's a nice place. You've got the likes of like Falmouth, you got Charlestown, pretty much where I am. They got really nice harbours, especially Charlestown. A lot of movies are set there when they've
yeah.
got the massive like sort of pirate ships. But I'm going Truro actually in a few weeks. There's a food festival, so
Oh, cool.
taking the wife with me, and we're gonna have like a sort of cheat day. So
Yeah,
I've never
man.
been to it before, but it'd be nice. I mean,
Do you?
Truro is beautiful. You've got a nice cathedral.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. Do you find, as a food reviewer, where potentially anything can be content that you have to really think about, like going to a food festival, for example? do you have to think like, do I want to record today or do I just want to enjoy? Like, from my perspective, like I used to be a sort of semi-professional musician. I used to play bass in a lot of bands. And
Yeah,
now, even when I go to gigs, I'm like, do I want to actually just enjoy this as a visitor? Or do I want to worry about the fire exits and people's
yeah,
wristbands and how much is merch and
yeah,
speaking to the bands? Because I've always been quite like, hey, how's it going? You know, quite
yeah.
friendly and quite sort of able to speak to people. Like, how do you sort of find that, especially if like your wife's part of your channel, or is she not in it, sort of thing?
No, not yet.
Okay.
For me, I think it's when I'm in video mode, I am literally almost as if I'm at work.
Yeah.
I feel like a different me a little bit. I feel like I'm like there's so much concentration. You want to get so much right,
Mm,
and I think it's more or less like a little bit of like when you wake up, it's like, do I want to really do this? And it depends really on if I've been at work a lot of the week, or
mm,
sometimes you just really don't feel like doing it.
yeah.
So yeah, I think more so now I'd probably just relax and enjoy things,
Mm,
because it sort of does take over the moment a little bit when you're
mm,
fully in video mode, and it's
mm.
completely normal and completely fine. But yeah, you just I think you need a rest sometimes. It's good for the mind.
I think sometimes if you like meet another YouTuber like Ben Bulks or myself or someone, you kind of bounce off each other and you like sort of cascade each other's energy because you're both
Yeah,
like super energetic and super up for it. Like when
yeah,
you meet another musician, it's like, oh my God, I like this band as well. Um,
yeah.
but some days you can't sort of force that. And,
No,
you know, I live sort of by the sea and I just find it sort of calms me down just in general. Like
yeah,
you're a product of your
I,
environment and there's so many YouTubers in London that are just constantly recording every single
mm,
day. And it creates this sort of false narrative where it's like the only way you can get subs and views is if you just absolutely hamster wheel every single opportunity and turn
yeah,
everything in your life into content. And I think personally that's a really dangerous way to live because you could
mm,
accidentally like leak your address or,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, leak your friend's address or, you know, something like that. Or
absolutely,
you get people sort of coming up to you in videos and potentially trying to sort of
yeah,
ruin them. And but yeah, it's a weird divide, isn't it? We live in a weird world now where everything can be captured and recorded and better
mm.
quality than ever on our iPhones and stuff.
Oh, 100%,
So
yeah.
yeah, but yeah,
I think it's definitely about balance, isn't it? For me personally, I don't know about you, but did you ever find when you started, um, you were like that? You were like, go, 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 go. But like,
yeah,
you come to this sort of realization that you're like, hold on a minute. Let's not forget,
mm,
the roots, why I started this in the first place.
yeah,
It's a passion. You don't really have to well necessarily like ruin it. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
I find too much is too much, and
yeah,
I have a little thing where like when it comes to like eating or hobbies, like I'm absolutely locked in for
mm,
1 month straight, no holds bars, and
mm,
then that's it. I'm done. Like you won't. I won't eat a donut then for a year. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
you're like I'm very much like that, and I think I was a little bit like that with YouTube at the start because I was so fascinated and interested in how things are gonna be and whatnot, and you sort of overdo it. And I think
yeah,
there were numerous amount of days where I woke up and I was like, nah, not today. Like, just
mm,
no, thank you. I'll take the rest and I'll think about some ideas for next week, but I'm not gonna
yeah.
mentally exhaust myself like that.
I think for me, because I knew that I wanted to start a podcast, it was like, how many guests can I book? And I got to the
Wow,
point where
yeah,
I had like 9 months worth of guests like in the back catalogue, and I was like, this is crazy.
Jesus,
I was like, this is every
yeah,
week for the next 9 months. Like, I can't even be ill. I have to show up.
no, no,
And
yeah,
I was like, this is mental. Like, and also there was a point as well where my editors couldn't actually edit as quick as I could record. So there was
mm,
this huge backlog of like 5 months of work. And I was like, I think I need a month off because this is getting really stressful. And it's definitely like there's this balance, like you said earlier, of like stress, fun, hobby.
Mm.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
right.
if it's all leaning to stress, then it's like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
a
like all
little
work and
sign,
no
isn't it?
play makes Jack an unhappy
Yeah.
boy and all that sort of stuff. But it is cool when you've like, uploaded your first video and you're like, oh my God, people are
Oh,
watching
yeah.
and people care and like people are commenting nice things and
Mm.
sometimes they're commenting horrible things, but at least they're
Mm.
watching and, giving it a shot and you kind of just
Absolutely.
want to keep sort of on that uni cycle, I suppose. And yeah, but burnout is real. So it is important to
Mm.
take a break now and then because otherwise you are just going to
Absolutely.
absolutely drive into a wall. Favorite animal and favorite animal noise.
Um, Animal noise is a bit of a strange one. I'm gonna say favorite animal. I think favorite animal growing up has always been a monkey. I don't know why. I just remember being like really young and just collecting all these like monkeys. It just got ridiculous. In the end, I think
Mm,
I was like, I don't know what age I was, but in my
yeah,
bedroom, I had they just stuffed monkeys everywhere. So I've just rolled with monkey. Plus, they're quite fascinating. I mean, if you go to a zoo, gorillas and stuff are pretty cool. Like they're sick.
there's
So
a there's a thing near me about 15 minutes away from where I live called Monkey World.
oh wow,
Yeah, that's the place because Lad Bible occasionally posts the sign where it's like Tank Museum, Monkey World, and someone
crazy.
puts like, "What's the worst that can happen?" And obviously, it's like sort of Planet of the Apes,
Yeah,
apocalypse now
yeah.
sort of thing. But yeah, so
Oh, I need
yeah,
to visit
pop
there.
down.
Yeah, I need to go there.
I'll
That'll be next on the agenda.
I'll
I
try
only,
and hook
yeah.
you up with a VIP pass or something. Yeah.
Yeah, the Monkey World. I thought when you said as
Mm.
soon as you said that, that rung a bell instantly. There's a little place around here. I think someone hailed. They have a monkey sanctuary, but I'm not even joking. It's literally like one monkey, and it's like the size of like a garage. It's so small.
Wow.
It was worth going to. I think I paid like £2 to get in this sanctuary.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right, but yeah, it didn't really hit the spot
Yeah.
like a painting zoo or something. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. What was the animal noise? Sorry,
Uh,
monkey again.
I'm not really sure. Yeah, maybe a monkey or a parrot, I suppose. Something like that.
The honk of a goose.
Yeah, honk of a goose,
S-
gobbling turkeys. Yeah,
Squeak of an otter. Yeah.
yeah,
Last question before we go to part two is favorite
sure.
children's TV show because I know that you're a father, so it can be recent or it can be your favorite children's TV show from when you were a child.
Yeah, yeah, definitely probably isn't recent. I can't get to grips with the stuff these days on telly.
Yeah.
Not that the boy watches a lot. Yeah, he just watches Miss Rachel, but
Okay.
I would say something a bit like probably like Bodger and Badger.
Hell yeah.
Come outside.
Yeah, man.
Um, or if you're a little bit older than that, maybe Keenan and Kel.
Oh yeah, orange soda all the way.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That sort of
Yeah,
vibe. Yeah, I'm probably showing my age now, but I mean, those are
yeah.
like the key times for me on the TV.
I put the screw in the tuna. It was
It
me. Oh, such a good episode.
is class. It's
Christ.
brilliant.
I think at one point I was
Having
trying to
stitches.
find reruns of that on YouTube and I couldn't seem to find anything.
Yeah.
I was like, I just
No,
want
I
to
know.
watch like 4 or 5 episodes and just be a potato
Binge.
for the evening, you know? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
No, I
yeah,
can't find them
awesome.
anywhere.
Yeah. Well, if anyone out there,
Yeah, right.
I'm surprised Nickelodeon haven't done like an on demand, to be fair, because everyone
I
else
know.
has done it.
Why have they not like reunited? I mean,
Mm.
maybe for obvious reasons, but
Yeah,
yeah, what a hit! And
yeah,
maybe Saved by the Bell at the
yeah.
time,
Was it
something like that.
Screech?
Yeah,
One of
that's
the
it.
characters had
Yeah,
an afro.
Screech and
Yeah, yeah,
Zach and
yeah, yeah.
whatnot.
Very good, very good. Supreme CBD. Okay, this isn't just a normal ad read. This is stuff that I genuinely believe in, and as you can see, I'm using quite a bit of it at the moment. Are you getting enough sleep? Is your sleep hygiene good? Is your overall anxiety at a good level? Is it manageable? These are the questions that you should be asking yourself. So for me, I think Supreme CBD is the best in class. I've used other companies previously, and their oils and their edibles are just absolutely fantastic compared to other brands. The bears are super popular, and they're currently doing an offer which is unbelievable. If you use my code Bedlam40, you can get this offer for just under £65. And the size of the tub that they are selling with this bundle is 5 times the size of this. So with that, you'll get a 3,000 milligram oil, 3,200 milligram tub of bears, and you'll get a free gift. So if you use the code Bedlam40, you'll get that for just over £65. Also, everything on their site is 40% off if you use my code, which is Bedlam40. And this stuff is just absolutely fantastic. I'm genuinely really surprised that I'm getting on as well as I am with this. And I'm not being paid to advertise this. So yeah, you can get them in different strengths, depending on your mood, depending on what you think you need to function. So thank you very much for supporting the show. And back to it.
Absolute bedlam.
Elephant in the room, bit of a serious one. You haven't uploaded in 4 months.
Yeah.
What's the reason for that? And is that the longest break that you've had on YouTube?
You know what? I think it's I think the breaks get longer. Yeah, they get longer. But it's always constantly on my mind. I knew that coming into 2025, YouTube would take a hit. My son was born February 4th. You know, when you say that YouTube is a passion, I think when your son comes along,
Yeah.
you have a brand new passion. And
Yeah.
ultimately, it's greater than YouTube, unfortunately, as in, like, in a way that, you know, you want to keep both going, but one has to sort of sacrifice. But I absolutely adore, you know, family time. So YouTube is the hit, I'm afraid. It's one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's basically like, did you say February 4th?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what, exactly 7 months, nearly to the day
Absolutely.
that he was.
I could probably count with one hand how many videos I've uploaded this year.
Yeah.
I think I don't even know off the top of my head. So yeah, it's took a slight decline, but YouTube's always on my mind. I don't know whether that's because it was the sort of habit when I started. I think maybe 4 years ago. You know, if I wasn't thinking about video ideas, I was on my phone looking at analytics. It was just like it was on the TV, YouTube. I was watching like Sidemen. I was doing YouTube. I was, like I say, on my phone looking at who's watched it, replying to comments.
Yeah.
So it generally takes over. And from time to time, I do look at my phone now and just, you know, have a little browse and a snoop, see if I've lost all my subscribers by now.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that I think is pretty much in the background of my mind ticking over.
Yeah. So is there a plan in the next couple of months to jump back on the horse, or are you just going to sort of see what happens and not put too much pressure on yourself?
Yeah, I never try and put too much pressure on myself. I think I've realized in the past, me personally, if I promise people things, they often don't get it. So, and I really don't like doing that because that's horrible, especially when people are like genuinely excited to see your face on the old YouTube again. So, I've got a product in mind. I've got it in my freezer. Time allows, which it should do. I don't see why I can't do it. Like, realistically, probably like this Saturday coming, and then I'll spend a week uploading. So that's the plan going into this week. So I'm excited, but I almost feel like I've got to get myself in that state again to even learn to edit again. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. This will take about a month to come out once we've recorded. So did you want to say what the product is, or do you want to keep it a surprise?
No, I don't mind saying, because I probably would have done mine by then. So what I'm going to be doing is the eagerly anticipated hottest slice of pizza in the world, I would say.
Yeah.
Iceland. £2.50. I don't even know what the official name for it is, but if you're watching this video, you would have seen that there was a trending slice of pizza out there that's really hot. And yeah, if you've ever watched any of my videos, hot stuff is not something I get on with, but it intrigues me every time to test myself. So yeah, woohoo!
Yeah, man. I think with hot stuff, there's definitely a point where it's like tasty, hot. Oh my God, where's the milk? And
Yeah,
I'm
for
kind of
sure.
in the middle where I don't mind a bit of heat, but I don't want it to affect the taste.
Yeah.
But people seem to love that stuff. People seem to love watching people like Hot Ones is one of the biggest
Mm.
shows on YouTube, isn't it?
Love that.
And
Love that so much.
my
Yeah.
my son's obsessed with hot sauce, like beyond any
Mm.
recognition. And we recently went to a chili festival, and he was like
Oh
going up to
wow.
the stands. He was that kid. He's only 11, but he's got no fear. And he's like, what's the hottest sauce you've got? Can I have a bit? And I don't know where he gets that from, but but there's also this sense of like, as long as I've got like a bit of ice cream and a bit of milk, I'll probably be
Mm.
all right. I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
Like I might have to put the toilet roll in the fridge, but I will survive this sort of incident. Otherwise, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be purchasable in the first place.
No,
But yeah, it's
that's
an
a very
interesting.
good point actually, and that's something I honestly don't think about. I
Yeah,
think my body is very sensitive to hot food. Something slightly spicy and it's game over.
yeah,
I don't know why my body's like that, but
yeah,
even though I'd still carry on trying these things, it's what you got to do, and it's entertaining for
yeah,
people in some sense. But also want to push that barrier. I actually want to finish something
yeah,
hot for a change.
yeah, yeah.
I don't just want to have a bite and wimp out of it and say how hot it is.
Mm.
It's got to be done.
Know what you mean. When you get back into your rhythm, whenever that is, what is your sort of
Yeah.
usual weekly output in terms of do you do one video a week? Do you do two and
Mm.
loads of clips? Or do you just do stuff when you
Mm.
feel like it's necessary?
Yeah. In an ideal world, I think people on YouTube really appreciate a schedule.
Mm,
If you can stick to a schedule, then A, you're amazing, and B, they probably think you're amazing. Um, Realistically, it's weird because as this year's gone by, I've gone, I'll do one once a week, and then it's turned to once a fortnight, then once a month, and
yeah,
once every 6 months. There's, I don't know, I think once a week is probably too much for me now, but maybe one a month. And what I'd like to do is probably take some more time to make that one a month brilliant. You know,
yeah,
I think you can
yeah,
put out four videos a day, but if you spend, you know, I'm talking maybe like a few minutes, half an
mm,
hour each evening editing a video over a month,
mm,
you're going to make it pretty special.
yeah.
Maybe once every 2 weeks, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to half-ass it. You want to put the sort of
No.
transitions and the nice edits and
Yeah.
thumbnail, as obviously we've spoken about previously, and you want it to be the full package rather than just
Yeah.
get it up
I
on
think.
YouTube and forget about it, sort of thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I think once a month, but it's for me that is not hard to do. But if you're doing once a month, you can't really be doing trending products, if that
no,
makes sense,
yeah, it does. Yeah,
because you're not going to be following the trend.
mm,
So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make it slightly different. Maybe go to a restaurant. I've never done that really before. Get your camera out, try something there, or yeah, you have to do things a little bit differently. Maybe like
yeah,
a 30,000 calorie challenge.
mm,
I know that's very generic, but those type of videos, really, you can't really be, following trends
yeah.
because that
I know what
really
you
wouldn't
mean.
work.
Yeah. I've just looked at your channel as well before we recorded part two. What's your
Yeah,
go-to Taco Bell order? Because I've got a bit of a thing for Taco Bell at the moment.
I think I've had since that video, I've had Taco Bell like once, I think, but I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called like a crunch wrap.
Yeah,
I'm
Supreme.
all about your crunch wrap, your burrito, and I think it was a quesadilla.
Yeah,
I could be wrong,
yeah,
but I'm all about these wraps and sort of. I'm not too, asked about a taco. I
Yeah.
think I have them, sort of frequently at home with these El Paso sets or whatever you
Hmm.
call them. But get me a burrito or
Hmm.
get me something like a crunch wrap, but I'm on it. So I'd go for that. I'm not sure what else you would get from Taco Bell
Yeah.
as a side. Would you get a few wedges or something? I don't know.
Yeah, the other day I had they were like chicken tortilla, like Dorito shaped things.
Wow.
Me and Casper went to Taco Bell before we went to a gig, and it was the first gig he ever went to that wasn't working at, like interviewing bands and stuff. We actually just went there,
Yeah.
and he was
Oh,
able
that's
to come with
nice.
me because he's under 16, but he can be accompanied by me. But yeah, there's that weird bit where you like get to a new place and the gig hasn't actually started yet, so then you kind of need to sort of know your environment and where you can
Mm.
park for the night and all that sort of stuff. And there was just a Taco Bell in front of us. Yeah, the big one that they do that I like quite a lot is the volcano burrito.
Oh, wow. Something spicy.
Yeah, it's not too bad to be fair. I'd quite like to go to an actual American Taco Bell though and do like a comparison
Yeah.
because I do feel like UK misses out on quite a lot. And one of the things that they seem to really do well is they've got a big selection of Mountain Dew at Taco
Oh,
Bell in
wow.
America. And it's all unlimited, so you've just got free refills.
Jeez.
Because one of their drinks is Baya Blast or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
America just seem to own that market. They just seem to have a lot more opportunities and a lot more flavors. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd
They
like to
are
do
kings.
that. Yeah, they seem to do a lot of like meal deals where you get sort of
Mm.
everything in one consolidated order, whereas McDonald's is a bit more sort of item by item.
Yeah.
But yeah, always interested to know what people sort of go on a bit of a discovery and the
Sure.
Crunchwrap, Supreme and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
I think America's a dream, isn't it, for everyone that loves food? I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but well, when you're talking fast food, like
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched Man versus Food. I think it
Yeah.
was
Little
with
bit,
Adam
yeah.
Richman. Like that's just incredible. Like the food you see there is just puts our food to shame. Put it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Yeah, ours is just a
Yeah.
brown banquet with gravy on top of it. But
Yeah. Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pretty
Awesome.
much.
Has there been something that you've eaten for a video that you thought was going to be really good and it was just awful? And like, did you actually upload that video or were you disappointed so much by the result that you didn't actually tell the
Yeah.
internet about it?
There hasn't been one video I've never uploaded.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the novelty things you think are genuinely going to like live up to the hype. Like I don't even know what to say. Like for example, like if you advertise as like a gigantic Snicker Oreo burger, you're like, yeah, you know what, that's going to be so good. And then when you try it, like, it's sort of lacking something. But in that same breath, I'm not a fussy eater, and that's where I think
Yeah.
as a reviewer, I'm a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if that's against me or for me. I genuinely love food, so like, I know if something tastes, not great to
Hmm.
a degree, but like, it won't stop me from finishing it. You know,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
very rarely, unless it was like, like a raw chicken or something. I think that's where I'd
Yeah.
probably have to stop.
Yeah. Has there been a specific video on your channel that you're like super proud of? And has it like helped motivate you to like do the next 10, for
Yeah.
example, just off of that sort of inertia of the last one doing so well?
Um, yeah, and I think there was a point actually. Proud of in the sense of how it actually looked on YouTube. I think.
Yeah.
I remember when I started off my very first videos with a GoPro. Don't ask me why, but I thought that was the way to go,
Yeah.
and I think it was. I don't know. I think it must have been like 20, 30 videos down the line. I was thinking, I can't do this. I sort of look like a goldfish in a bowl, and these videos aren't looking right. So I thought, go out, get yourself a camera. I think it was I think they're called a G7X.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. It's a very popular camera at the time because it was like used for vlogs, and I used to search up best camera for vlogs, that sort of
Just
stuff.
quickly, is that the one Joe Weller uses now? Because I think I remember
Uh,
him saying something like that.
is
G7X.
yeah, G7X2. I know the three came out
Yeah.
as well, but I've got a really old camera
Yeah.
now, but it still works brilliantly.
Yeah.
So when you say most proud, I literally did I think it was a vegan burger
Yeah.
from Burger King. Um, that video there was the evolution of the whole channel getting like almost serious, but better. And I remember watching that and thinking, you know what, I'm so proud of that. Regardless of the content, regardless of the actual review itself, I
Mm.
was like, that looks good, and I was really proud. I was like, yeah, I think we've hit a turning point, and you just sort of go, okay, now I'm ready for more. What
Mm.
else can I do? But it was a really proud moment. I remember that moment vividly because I was just stoked about the quality of picture.
Yeah.
Just insane.
It's funny how sometimes the content kind of finds you, and you
Yeah,
actually have to like stop yourself mid-recording and being like, "Oh my God, I'm really enjoying this process," rather
yeah, for
than like,
sure.
"Oh, I've got to,
Yeah,
oh, I don't want to be on camera today," and you're.
no,
I think that's where like collaborating comes in though, where it's like I'm with someone else and you're buzzing and you're feeding off of each
yeah,
other's energy, and it's like it just doesn't feel as sort of one man band like you're presenting like
true.
on a TV show.
No,
Um, yeah, but I understand that people have to build an audience by themselves first, and then they
yeah, for
can sort of
sure.
start going in people's circles. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. But I'm
Yeah, for
glad
sure. I
that
mean,
you're still enjoying the process, sort of. Yeah.
yeah, I do enjoy it. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Got some random questions, and then you want to ask me some questions.
Yeah, definitely.
So, are you a binfluencer? And by that, when you take your bins out, do you know
Oh
which
yeah.
bin to take out, or do you follow the trend of your neighbours?
Um, I at home here, I am bin man. Like
Yeah,
I am all over it. Nobody else takes out the bins apart from me, pretty much.
yeah, man.
And generally, we have outside my place. There's like five gigantic, let's say gigantic. They're sort of like normal bin size bins.
Yeah,
It's a free for all. It's
yeah,
almost like seagulls
yeah,
literally hovering over a plate of chips
yeah,
because there's a lot of rubbish here, and it's literally like whoever can put it in and get the rubbish in there. It's that bin. It's your bin. It's literally I'm just like throwing rubbish in every bin going here. So yeah, just to make sure it makes it in time for collection, I suppose. But yeah,
yeah.
it's
I know
absolutely
what you
free for
mean.
all.
Favorite fruit?
Oh, you know what? It's a tie between two, right? I'm going for pineapple and mango. I like exotic. I like all the other fruits, but I think pineapple is refreshing. So
Hmm.
is mango. Yeah, probably pineapple. Yeah, 100% actually. Yeah,
I like
pineapple and mango. But
pineapple when it's in like a bag, like chopped up, because a whole pineapple's a lot, man.
oh yeah,
Like you have to eat it. It's
yeah.
already a chore to get into it.
Oh
But it's
yeah.
like trying to drink all the milk out of a coconut. It's like, Jesus Christ, I don't really realize what I've got myself into here.
No.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
mango's good.
refreshing. It hits the spot. It's,
Yeah, yeah.
but you're right. It's a mess. It's a mess. Both mango and pineapple. If you're gonna do it from the actual fruit itself, it's a right mess.
Takes a
But
lot for me to actually like really want to like decimate an orange because I know the amount of
yeah,
like kitchen roll I'm gonna need.
and
Just
all the
like
pips. Like I
spurts at
can't be
you, man.
asked for pips.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got some seeds in now. I'm like, I can't enjoy it. Like I'm constantly thinking I'm gonna choke. It's just
I do like the easy peelers that you can get for
oh
supermarkets now. They're just
yeah,
the right
that
size.
yeah. And you're
Yeah,
right. It just peels off like instantly. Like that's
yeah.
banging.
And if that's not worth a PayPal sub to the people that are watching, talking about fruit, then
Yeah, right.
get donating down below, people. Come on.
Get
Um,
yourself some easy peelers.
absolutely. If you could take one item away from someone's house that would just slightly inconvenience them, what would the item be and why?
Um, hmm, probably, probably, probably the wife's dry shampoo. Just
That'll
because it
do
would be an
it.
inconvenience, or maybe her sunglasses. She
Mm.
wears them in the house, so I yeah, even at like 9 p.m. in the evening, I'm like, I'll have those. They don't need to be on your head. So yeah, probably yeah, sunglasses or dry shampoo, just to be an inconvenience.
It's quite a considerate inconvenience. I've had some people say like I'll take the Wi-Fi router out of the house or
Oh wow, that's a
I'll
good one.
take like the plug out of the
Yeah,
bath because then you're
yeah.
screwed, you can only shower.
Mm.
But yeah, okay, cool. Right, so you wanted to ask me some questions.
Okay, so what inspired you to do YouTube?
I wanted to sort of showcase local bands and local talent. And during COVID, where it was like the beginning of October 2020,
Hmm.
I just felt this like need for people to have some sort of conversation, if like even if they were like living alone or something. So I
Yeah,
like reconnected with loads of friends from school. And because we were all in this boat, all of us were going through the same thing in different ways, of course, but we were all kind of available. So I started just jumping onto it was called Anchor, and it was like a mobile podcast recording software. And you could use your phone for the whole experience. You could use it as a microphone. So I was like
wow.
sending people links to Anchor and I was recording in 15-minute segments. And I was sending
Jeez.
people like 4 or 5 links in like WhatsApp or by email or something. And I was like, I need to do this because I'm fucking bored. And when you stop being a musician and you stop sort of having a hobby, you
Mm,
can't just not have a hobby. You have to do something
no.
to scratch that itch,
Yeah.
especially if you're, not even really allowed outside. So it kind of grew from there, and I've always really liked the idea of being an interviewer, and I think I ask fairly good questions, and I like to do a lot of research on the guests. And I kind of wanted to showcase that, and I also wanted to see what kind of level I could push this to in terms of guests, like how much can I actually, can I get someone like Youngblood or
Mm,
someone from One Direction, or, how much can I really push the envelope on this? And I started emailing crazy people like MC Lars and Brendan from Wheatus and various other YouTubers that have got multi-million subscriber YouTube accounts. And I was like, do you know what? I think I've found something really good here. Kind of like what you were
mm.
describing earlier with your vegan video.
Yeah, yeah.
And you start building this momentum. And
Mm,
I think that I've done quite a good job throughout the whole journey of like shining a little bit of a light on people. Even
mm.
if I've got quite a small light, I'm still like, by the
Yeah.
way, my friend's running a marathon and they're just giving links down below. And I just like helping people and working with other
Mm.
people. Yeah. So,
Can I just butt in there and just mention
for
like
sure.
how I came across yourself while
Hmm.
we're on that topic? I think it was either an interview with either I think it was Dave.
Yeah.
And what I really liked about how you do things is your delivery, the application to what you do is just outstanding. And like what really caught my eye was the quirky questions. So you're not asking like the bog standard
Yeah.
uh I'm sure like generic questions. It was
Yeah.
like, how was school? And that straight away appealed to me like a lot more than a normal podcast would. Like I think I mean the only podcast I've really watched is
Yeah.
maybe a bit of Joe Rogan here and there, but that really caught my attention. I was like, you know what, that's different and that's really enjoyable.
The school question's done wonders for me because it's a good icebreaker question because
It
everyone's
is,
been to
yeah,
school. Some people loved it, some people hated it, some people enjoyed the structure, but there's
yeah,
always a funny story out of the school because, there's a sense of like when you stop going to school, you go to work, and it's kind of like the
Yeah,
same thing, but you're slightly older. And yeah, it's a good sort of first because I find sometimes when I've recorded with people, especially people that are on a bit of a time crunch, it's actually
yeah,
quite harrowing to like have someone that you've never met before jumping on
yeah,
Zoom and them just like absolutely like it almost feels like they're interrogating you.
yeah,
So I like
sure.
to kind of ease people into it. And I've really, as well, like on a side note, I've been really trying in the last couple of years to just be a little bit less intense. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want people to feel comfortable and at ease, and I'm not just trying to get like clips out of them. And
yeah. No, definitely.
so yeah, but yeah, thank you. Appreciate the compliment.
That's cool. Next question. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
What food item can you not live without?
Probably fajitas or chicken burgers.
Oh wow.
But I kind of want to give a healthy answer, which is like just a classic sort of ham and cheese sandwich with a bit of cucumber in.
Yeah, that's
I'm a
not too
bit,
shabby. That.
I'm a bit of a grazer. I like having
Yeah,
sort of crisps nearby, and yeah, I try to sort of eat 3 good meals a day. And
yeah,
recently I've been on a bit of a health kick with not drinking as many energy drinks, which I've mentioned previously. But yeah, just enough to sort of keep me going throughout the day.
yeah.
And seeing it a little bit more as just energy rather than gorging myself and indulging in cheeseburgers and getting everything extra large, like in McDonald's.
What is it about a chicken burger that appeals to you more than a
Hmm.
standard burger?
I don't know. I think it's like the fact that you can put like mayonnaise on it or like sweet chili sauce.
Mm, yeah, I suppose you
I
can do that
used to
to a beef
be
burger.
I used to be quite sort of anti brioche bun, which sounds a
Oh
bit
yeah,
mental because they're quite sweet. But
they
now
are.
they're
Yeah.
just the majority. Everywhere you go, there's brioche buns on everything.
Mm, there
Um,
is.
but yeah, I don't know. Chicken burgers, I think they're just a bit sort of crunchier and they've got a bit more
Yeah.
to them. They obviously as well, you can have them like spicy,
Mm.
southern fried. As a beef burger is kind of, unless you get Wagyu steak or whatever,
True.
it's
Pretty
going
one-dimensional,
to
isn't it?
probably taste the same as the place down the
Mm.
road and Burger King and all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
Brilliant. No, good answer. Next question then. Bring one person back from the dead or have £100 million in the bank.
I think this might be one of the hardest questions that you sent me. I do miss a lot of relatives, but I think bringing them back would be quite strange, especially if they came back at the age that they passed away.
Yeah,
Because
true.
they, like, without sounding like a completely heartless person, I think they'd actually be
Yeah.
a bit more of a hindrance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you're
true.
like helping Nanny in a Zimmer frame, and
Yeah, and
she's
they're only
got
getting
brittle
older again,
bones, and she falls into the road, and it's like, oh, just give me the 100 mil, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I can't deal with this. Like,
Yeah.
but you could do a hell of a lot with 100 mil. Like, I always think to
Yeah.
myself, what is the amount that I could actually comfortably retire on right
Yeah.
now? And in my head, it's like 45 mil. So to
Mm.
have like over double that from essentially doing nothing, I
Yeah,
would be
definitely.
super smart with how I invest it as well, I think, because it's not very often that you get that amount sent to you
No.
in one whack. So I'd
No.
probably start a couple of companies up. I'd probably start like a podcast distribution platform like Spotify or something.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'd just hopefully earn as much from that as I put into it. But yeah,
Funny
I
you
do
say that.
miss family. So
Sorry.
sorry.
I was sorry, mate. I was making that question, and I was going to put 10 million originally, and I
Yeah,
thought that's not enough. That's not enough. It's just there has to be more there. I mean, 45 million is a good.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. It's a good amount.
yeah. There's actually a question that I ask with Casper when we do live festival interviews, and it's would you be prepared to get jump scared every day of your life until you die from today for 1 million? And a lot of people say, yeah, I'd do that for 1 million, and I've done nothing for 100 million. So, but
No,
yeah,
take that.
Yeah, all good.
Awesome. Let's see what we got here. What is your biggest guilty pleasure?
So I think I've outed myself in the past on this, but when you get like a pasta pot from Tesco's as part of a meal deal, I quite like
Yeah.
crunching up
Yeah.
the crisps and putting them in the pot,
Oh wow.
and you like get this fusion of like crunchy and soft. Guilty pleasure. I really like Bryan Adams. I think he's really good. He's a
Yeah.
decent musician. But I try not to sort of think about music too much as a guilty pleasure because people are so schizophrenic with music now that they'll listen to like pop punk, then they'll listen to
Mm.
opera, then they'll listen to heavy metal, and it's just all
Yeah.
different tastes in music. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a guilty pleasure.
Wow.
What else? Can't think of anything else really.
I can't say I've ever heard of that one, putting the crisps in the pasta.
Yeah,
That's definitely
definitely
one I've
try it.
never heard of. I'll have to give
Yeah,
it a bash.
yeah, yeah.
Look at
I'm
a new
interested to
food
see what you
combo
think.
got going there.
There's a new
Yeah.
video idea for you.
Yeah, I know. Bang. That's
All
next
right,
Saturday sorted.
that's all good.
um, next one we've got. What's the biggest lesson? Yeah, what's the biggest lesson you learned in your last friendship/relationship, and what have they taught you?
I think the value of communication, and even if you are busy, you should definitely make the effort to at least message them back saying, I'm really busy at the
Yeah,
moment, but I will get back to you. Because I am
fair comment.
really, really good at checking in with people. And
Mm,
when people read my message and then don't respond, it just triggers me so hard.
mm,
And I don't personally think I do that.
no.
So I kind of hold people to my own high standard of communication.
Fair
Um,
play.
but I think if you've got a problem with someone, rather than hearing it from someone else that you've been sort of bitching about someone, just say to
Yeah,
their face, like, look, bro, that was out of
no,
order.
that's true.
Like, I don't
Yeah,
respect that. And I think that that needs to be sorted. Because the longer you leave that, the more that grows. And the more you
yeah,
start overthinking about, oh, is this person talking about me? And it can get
mm,
really sort of crazy and it's all in your head and,
yeah,
all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, communication and checking in with people and being honest with people as well.
yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. I think half the issues and problems solved between people when they communicate correctly. It's
Yeah.
a big one.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I
Mhm.
believe I don't think I've missed one.
Nope.
Nope. What was your dream job as a child?
This is really sad, but I think it was genuinely driving instructor. I've never
Well,
been interested in flashy jobs or making it
no,
or
no, no,
becoming famous or at one point I think it might have been
no.
pilot and that was to
Okay,
conquer
that's
my own fear of flying, which is such a mental like there was a thing I did a couple of months ago where I was training to be a BT open reach engineer and I'm
oh
scared of
wow,
heights, Mike.
yeah,
So
same.
could you imagine me trying to climb a fucking telegraph pole? But I just have this thing in my
Yeah,
head where I'm like, oh, I can conquer that fear.
mm,
Like through overexposure, I can like sort of overcome that demon. And a lot of the times you actually can't.
yeah, no,
We've all
there's,
got like one irrational fear, like the dark or
yeah,
deep water or snakes, spiders, insert thing here.
yeah,
And it doesn't
that
mean that
one
you
I
have
can
to
relate.
work in a zoo. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
that's true,
Just
right?
leave it. Just
Yeah,
don't bother.
it's, no.
Yeah.
I think as I've got older, heights have become more of an issue, and I agree to the fact that trying to do it will ultimately conquer that fear, but heights is a no. You know, that is. I could be stood on the sofa, not stood, yeah, standing up on the sofa, and it could be like a meter high or whatever,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no, it's all mental. Do you know what I mean? You're
100%.
that's not even high, but I'm freaking out because I know that I could probably hurt myself somehow.
Yeah. When you are at the top of a telegraph pole and it's about 10 feet up in the air,
Yeah,
I don't know about anyone else, but all I can speak is myself. And all I want to do is get the fuck down and live. Like I don't need that to like it's such an unnatural thing. I really can't explain
Yeah,
it to anyone that hasn't done it. But it gets to a point where you're climbing up the pole and
yeah,
you stop hearing people and
yeah,
all you can hear, Mike, is birds. And
yeah.
you're like, this is fucking crazy. And like when you're training, because I was doing like a 3 week training course, you start climbing it and everyone is looking at you. And
Oh
that just
God,
adds pressure.
pressure.
And there's a
Yeah.
point where you have to actually put like a belt around you. So
Mm.
you almost have to let go of the telegraph pole to be able to do this. And then they tell you to lean back and let go of the pole. And your
Oh my
brain's like,
God.
don't do that, you're going to die. Don't do that, you're going to die. And I
Yeah.
was like, this is mental. Like, I don't care how much money you earn doing this, I'm not doing this.
No.
But I tried
Yeah.
it and I didn't enjoy it. But I'd rather try something and not enjoy it than just be like, oh, I
Yeah,
can't
for
do that.
sure.
But
Yeah, good
yeah, it's,
effort.
it's a bit of a weird experience. But I'm sure some people that have done that training course, the one that I was on, are like squirrels now. They're just straight up.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they need to do. They know the right harnesses, the right wires, and all that sort of stuff to climb. And they could probably do £300-400 a day. But I'd rather pay
Yeah.
that to not die.
Yeah, true. I don't know about you, but
But
I
yeah,
find going up not the issue. It's coming down.
yeah,
Like going up, you can have your like headed
yeah.
locked down, and going up is the fun part. But like when you stop and then you realize you've got to go backwards, it might go down. That's
Yeah, and you have to completely reverse what you've done to get up there.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
your equipment's on at that point, and your harness is like part of you, and you are just this massive squirrel. And it's like this is fucked, bro. Like I need to go home and like really think about my life. Because
yeah.
there's also like this thing
Coming
as
out.
well where loads of people that finished that telegraph pole course, they went on and they started like messaging me saying I'm really gutted that you didn't finish it, but I spend like 90% of my time on the ground, and if I actually need to go up the telegraph pole, I'll just get in like a cherry picker.
Yeah, I when I was at
And
work
I'm
doing
like, for fuck's
tests.
sake, like, why did we spend 2 weeks learning how to do something when we might not even need to do the thing? But
True.
that's just the way, that's just the
Cherry
world.
picker could
So,
break down.
yeah, yeah. I imagine the people that drive those cherry pickers are in super high demand. Like, I
Yeah,
think
true.
that's probably one of the best jobs you can possibly have if you work in
Oh,
telecommunications.
for sure.
But yeah. So yeah, I think that answers your questions.
Yeah, no,
Kind of just
smashed them, mate.
gone off on jobs that I don't want to do. But yeah, I think
First class.
everyone had that thing where they wanted to be an astronaut or they wanted to like
I
save
bet you can guess what I
people or
wanted to
change the
be.
world. You probably wanted to be man versus food.
No, I actually
Or
wanted to be a binman.
oh, okay,
So
yeah,
only because as a kid I found out that they do get quite good pay.
yeah,
So I for years and years I just wanted to like pick up bins. To
yeah.
be fair, I'd probably do it now, I guess. I don't
Do you
know.
work like
Give it a shot.
six a.m. till 1 p.m.? Is that the usual?
6 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
4 days a
Sunday
week,
to
I
Wednesday.
imagine.
Yeah, 4 days a week.
Yeah,
At the moment, I'm saving for a car, so that's yeah, it's pretty busy now.
yeah. So
By
you're
the time
doing
I
your
make
dream
it
job
back.
then. That's what you wanted to do as a kid, and that's what you've done.
Yeah, essentially.
Well done. You've made it.
Mm.
There's no such thing as the UK dream, but you've done the American dream.
Yeah,
You found something and you stuck to it and you've made a job out
mm,
of it. So fair play
that's
to you.
it.
Awesome. Right, well, it's been lovely getting to know you, and obviously we'll continue
Likewise,
communicating
buddy.
offline. I'll put links to Mike's stuff down below, and hopefully we'll see him back on
Cheers,
YouTube very
guys.
soon.
Will
And
do
all the
indeed.
best to you and your family and all that sort of
Thank you, buddy.
stuff. And thanks for spending some time and chatting.
Thank you
All
for
right.
having me. Take care of yourself, buddy.
No worries. Thanks for watching,
Peace.
guys. Bye.